Apart from, what do I have in common with Damon?
Yes.
Apart from killing lots of people? No. No. That's interesting because you have to find commonalities between you and your character. And Damon, you know, I know what it's like to be in love. I know what it's like to feel pain. I know what it's like to fight with my brother or miss my parents, or I know what it's like in a number of things that Damon experiences. And so you find these common denominators, and that's what you do. That's what you do. So, you know, Damon, I think, enjoys killing people more than I do. I don't enjoy it that much, just a little bit. And I'm very grateful for Damon because he finds humor in everything. And it's kind of sadistic, but I mean, Damon's the guy that would have the same smirk on his face as if he was saving a kitten from a tree or like ripping someone's throat out. To him it's the same, but he enjoys what he does, and that's what makes it so fun. You don't have to agree with Damon all the time, but it's hard to judge him. You know what I mean? Yeah. And as an actor, you can never judge your character. Even if you as a human being would disagree with what the guy's doing, but you can't judge your character, because then that takes you away from the truth of what's happening. If that makes any sense at all. I know you guys are sleeping. I'll give you some coffee. Thank you, love.
We're from Colombia, and we're here because...
From where?
Colombia.
Oh, wow.
And we're here because it's my gift to my sister here, because her birthday is on Wednesday, so people can know.
You are such a good sister. Happy birthday, darling.
Thank you.
Aww.
And say hi to my sister in Canada. She loves you so much.
Well, hi, Ruth. I love you. Thank you, guys. Sisters giving sisters birthday Christmas presents. I love it, man.
Hi.
Hello.
I have two questions. One, how can people from, say, Asia or all over the world help with ISF?
Amazing question, and that is the easiest answer in the world, because how you can help ISF, and by the way, I need help, big time. I need all of your help, please, because this, building this sanctuary is one big project, and youth education camp, and then farm, I mean, it's a lot. There's many projects that we're doing globally, but if you are in Asia or Europe, I mean, the great thing is you can go online. Our team of people, they are responsive. You email people. You can also find what's happening in your region and how you can help. Seriously, you just have to go on the website and check it out. And we're going to grow exponentially in the next 3 years, specifically. Are going to be huge. There's going to be you're going to see huge growth patterns globally with ISF. So just contact our team. I promise you, they're responsive. Just give them a little bit.
And if you were immortal or had any superpower in the world for a day, what would you do?
Well, I would do that thing where I could just look at you and then make you do whatever I wanted to do. You know what I mean? It's also so inappropriate. How old are you? 14, exactly. I'm telling a 14-year-old that. Sorry. I was just telling you to do your homework or clean your room. So inappropriate. I figured, like, there's no way she's like 19.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm from Germany. See you in survive then. So
Wow, well, thank you.
And,
I came from New York to see you.
Thank you. I have a question about animals, love, spiders, women, good issue, and
I hate them all. Animals, spiders, women. Can't stand them. Next question.
no, the relationship between the spiders and women. I don't mean hot, sexy Spider-Man. I mean the hairy little things. What do you suggest I can do to avoid the vacuum cleaner? I know you might have a good idea.
Wait, are you a woman or are you a spider?
I need to have some idea.
Okay.
Instead of putting a glass on with a note from a boyfriend, secret, you know. What can I do?
To get rid of spiders?
Yeah, I'm so scared.
Just put them in a glass and put them outside.
Yeah, but then, please, no, really.
I mean, I guess you could get a shotgun. You know, you have to put them in a glass with a piece of paper or like a,
But, yeah, it's very cool.
well, love bug, I don't really have any answers for you. I mean, maybe get some plastic gloves like you wash dishes with, and just grab the damn thing in a glass. I don't have some secret, like, so what do you do? Go on www.arachnidpickup.com. You know what I mean? Get some gloves. Get some gloves. Because I love it. Here's the cool thing. You don't want to kill them, which is great. Some of them bite us and they're very dangerous. If you can identify spiders, which is what my parents always did, like my dad would show us pictures of spiders and say, these are the ones that are really dangerous. And unfortunately, when you see them, you have to kill them because they will really mess you up. And if they bite you or your sister or me or your mom or the dog or something, we're screwed. That's like a brown recluse, black widows, those are the really poisonous, crazy ones. But all these other spiders are fine. They eat bugs and insects and they eat mosquitoes and leave them alone. Put them in a glass, put them outside. So I love the fact that you're, you know.
And thank you for asking, let me answer some questions.
No, I love it. I love that you're saying, I don't want to kill these animals. How the hell do I deal with them? Because I'm scared shitless of them. So, kudos to you, man. Thank you. I love that.
Hey, Anson.
Hello, darling.
My name is Bianca. I'm from Germany too. I just want to tell you that I love what you're doing with ISF and
thank you.
everybody there, and it's just great.
I love what you're doing with ISF. You guys do more with ISF than I do.
But you
create it. You are it.
Yeah, but without you, it wouldn't exist, so it's awesome. And you're an inspiration with, even when I wash my hands, you're an inspiration. I don't want to use paper towels too much because everything, I don't know, it's just weird.
Well, thank you. Well, I'm glad to know that I'm in the bathroom with you.
Every time.
I love that.
Is there a car you could recommend that's good for the air, or not bad for the air? Like a Prius, probably not?
Yeah, you know, the problem is our consumption of energy when it comes to vehicles is so gnarly. You know, I know in India and China they're starting to build these electric cars because I just came from China, and when you want to see population, when the affluence that Europe and America lives in is China, and every person in China has a car, it's the end of the world as we know it. Nothing against the Chinese, it's just simple math. So you figure, how the hell do we manufacture vehicles that are safe? You know, they make cars that run off of compressed air.
In California, there's so much cars, so...
California, there's so many cars. And you know what sucks about America is Americans are afraid of diesel. They're afraid because they think it's like, black smoke from the 80s. They don't realize they're the most efficient. That's what I love about Europe. They realize, wait a minute. In America, diesel's more expensive because it's a commercial fuel. So they know all the big trucks have to use it. So they're like, screw you, we're going to jack prices. But in all actuality, diesel is the easiest to manufacture, to refine. it comes out first. So it takes less and it gives you more energy. It's just, I don't want to get into that, it makes me crazy. But the question is like, how do you, the electric cars, that like the Prius, I love it, they're amazing.
Yeah.
But also too, the problem is all these batteries, we blow off the tops of mountains to get all the minerals and metals to make batteries now. So it's like, where do we, I hope in this room is some young, budding scientist that comes up with all the solutions to these answers. So to answer your question, yes, cars, hybrid cars are amazing, but to be honest with you, all these diesel cars that you have in Europe are incredible, as long as you keep the engines really, really, really clean. You know, I just got my assistant, who is also the co-secretary of ISF, I just bought her a car, this little Audi A3 diesel car.
That's my favorite car.
This thing gets 45 miles to a gallon. I was driving back and forth to the Vampire Diaries set. I mean, hauling ass, going like 85 miles an hour, late, going back and forth. And the gas gauge never moves. And in most American cars, it's like, and it just blows my mind that these cars exist. But the Priuses too are great, but these like, I was driving this car and I just realized like, we don't have to use so much. And it's this is the crazy thing. And by the way, you guys in Europe are way better at it than we are in America, because Europe is more smaller and it's more condensed. And the idea of technology promoting green practices is ingrained into European society. People in Ohio nothing against Ohioans, I'm from Louisiana, they don't care either. It's just not in their mindset. Like, why would we use solar when we have this coal-fired power plant right here? Huh. Are you kidding me, man? Like, wouldn't it just make more sense to put more money and more research into providing green technology for a cleaner future where we're not, you know, here's the thing, guys, you know, and this is, you have to find the positive in all negatives. So I'm going to give you the positive. This whole, you know, the 350 parts per million carbon, we've surpassed that. So the idea was that once carbon hits 350 parts per million, we are going to reach an environmental place where it's the tipping point, meaning we can't go back from there, right? Which that makes the Earth warm much faster, glacier melt, storms, bigger storms, drought, climate change. Bad news, right? Well, we are way beyond that. I think we're at like 378 parts per million, maybe? 380? Going on or maybe we're past that. Maybe I think we're right at 400 actually. This is really bad, guys. This is not good for any of us. So, there are ways, and I beg you, I swear to you it's possible, and I'm pleading with you, things that we can do to produce more oxygen and sequester this shit out of our air. Plant trees, buy from companies that use good, sustainable practices. Encourage your governmental bodies. Vote on parties that produce and that help these initiatives. I'm telling you, most of you guys are very young in here, and I'm 34. I don't have kids yet. I know some of you in here do have children, and a lot of you are a lot younger. We have the power collectively to change all of this shit. People have been profiting for too long, destroying our air and our water and our food. Let's just stop it now. And that's what ISF is about.